All right, Kris Mitchell, FIU Athletics Paw'dCast. Thanks for taking some time, man.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm good. Just ready for a game on Saturday.
We got a big one. This is probably
serious.
one of the games of Conference USA this weekend.
I'm preparing for this game like it's the championship. For real.
Yeah. We'll certainly talk about that and a lot of what's already happened this year. First thing I want to ask you, though, is about last Friday. I want to know how your time a little further up in the plane in our charter flight was for our 5-hour segue on the tarmac.
Oh my God.
How was your experience on the flight?
I was tired. Like,
Were you sleeping? Were you streaming? What were you doing?
I was exhausted. I was just waiting for us to make a decision because I'm hearing like, okay, we might leave in the morning to get off the plane, or we might just, thug it out and just.
Yeah.
We stopped in Orlando and then we waited again to get on another plane. So like.
That was the disheartening part right there. Because we heard we're turning around, and we had been on the flight long enough to know that we were past Orlando a little, down the East Coast, and then we're diverting back.
Nah, it was crazy, but
I thought y'all handled that really well. Though. Everybody seemed in good spirits.
Yeah, we was having fun bonding, but guys tired, but we was having fun for real, bonding and just. We were just happy to be on a trip and ready to play the game the next day. So it was good.
Good mentality to take. Lucas was on the literally when we were on the tarmac off the plane. I think he had a speaker and he was playing the "Pump It Up."
We was lit on the bus for real, laughing, just having a good time. So it was cool.
The feast we had when we got to the hotel too was well worth.
It was nice. It was nice. But we were just
shout out to that hotel for having me ready.
They was up at 12 a.m. It was crazy.
They had the pasta. They had the chicken ready to go.
Yeah, we was tired though, ready to go to bed. So honestly, I couldn't even sleep.
I saw all y'all, like everyone took a little to-go thing. It was straight to the room.
I went straight to my room, but I couldn't even sleep. Like I didn't go to sleep till like.
Oh, it took you a minute?
2:30 because I was sleeping on the plane and all that. So you know how it is.
Not ideal, but those days are going to happen.
And
we did not come out lethargic at all. I mean, we jump out to that lead. Let's talk about that game. Let's start with UConn. I mean, another awesome performance from Kiwan, 3 straight now. I mean, you had a touchdown in there in stride right before the end of the half. Just take me through that particular game, like how you guys were able to come out so strong, even despite the travel day before.
Honestly, I felt like we came in that game being like well prepared. Like we knew exactly what they was going to do on this down, on this play. Like we knew exactly what we was going to get. So knowing that and just attacking that with confidence, it was easy. Like we was just having fun the first drive, and we was like, okay, like we got these boys. So like that whole first half, we was clicking, and I feel like in that second half, we was coming out with the same mentality, but like things start going their way. It's football, so like things like that.
You felt they'd have a counterpunch at some point,
right? So we knew that was coming. So like we knew, okay, we got to put these guys away. Like and that's when they started scoring. We weren't answering, so like. A little nervous, but, we finished the game, so.
I didn't know on the final drive of the first half how Coach Yost was going to call that. Because we had a little bit of time, right? But you're on the road, true freshman's first road start, a minute something left. I'm forgetting right now off the top of my head if it was you or Dean in the Maine game, but when Kiwan made a check at the line of scrimmage, I think it was your touchdown.
Yeah, right.
Anticipating the DB, thinking it was going to be another screen. So he called that check, touchdown. Was that drive, was your route, was that a check, or was that the route that you were supposed to run, that go route? Just take me through the touchdown play.
You talking about before the half?
Before the half,
okay,
right, yeah. What did you see defensively on that play? Or did you kind of sense it?
Honestly, I didn't know if Kiwan was going to look my way for real because the DB was off like 10 yards. Like, and normally, like, I have a choice to, like, run deep or, like, stop. So I did a little hesitation move, and I ended up getting past him. And when I looked back, the ball was in the air and just fell right in my hand. So I'm glad he trusted me on getting open, and, we just got the touchdown. So
how impressive has Kiwan's start been in your mind? Like you've seen everything he did and throughout the summer and fall camp, but it's obviously different when a true freshman really gets in the game. And you've been here a number of years. You want someone that can get you the football. How impressive has this been, dude? Did you kind of expect this?
I didn't actually. I was all for Grayson. Grayson come in and have a good season and just we ball out together. But things turn and Kiwan got his chance and he made the best out of it. So it's like I didn't expect it at all, and I know like you see other schools, true freshman quarterbacks come in and play lights out. That's exactly what lights out did, was play lights out, and that's what he's been doing. So like I'm really proud of him, and just his like spirit and his like aura for the team is really good. Like he always has a positive, mindset, and always laughing, always keeping us going. So like he's been real good for the offense and our team, and I think that's why we clicked the most. Cause like, okay, we know Keywan's back there. Let's make plays for him. Let's block for him. So like, it's been good having him back there, and I wish I had more years to play with him.
Right. I'm glad you referenced it. This is an interesting dynamic that maybe as you from a fan perspective, you don't think of it as much, but like you were with Grayson here with the previous coaching staff. You've seen his ups and downs, his journey to get where he was. Whoever the quarterback is, as a teammate, you got to support them. You want to support them, right? But you guys have had that shared background together. So when it comes to Keywan coming in, you have the responsibility as a teammate, even though you have that background with the player from a previous staff and previous memories with the program. You kind of have to transition to that. What is the process of gaining chemistry with a new QB, with getting on the same page? He's done it pretty quickly. And what is your mentality when you're thinking, all right, we got to develop something now here with the new guy. There's a little bit of hesitation to do that, a little bit, I got to go through this again. Or what was your thought process when that switch happened?
Honestly, all summer and all spring, I've been working with both of them.
Right.
Like, coming after practice or getting some extra throws in, even going in the film room and studying with both of them, like in the film room. So like when Keywan first got his first start after that first game, he told all the receivers, let's stay after practice. Let's go to the film room, and like I haven't seen that yet in college. Like that surprised me, and I was real happy to have a quarterback to take charge and really like want to win. And it was great to see. So like starting in practice, like building chemistry with him, like it wasn't that hard. Like he knew like I'm a good player, he's a good player. Let's build this connection to where like we can succeed and make big plays and just get this offense going. So that's what we did for real.
One thing I think is interesting about Keywan is what he watches in his free time. He doesn't watch the NFL.
Right.
This is what the coaches are telling me now, but I believe it. He doesn't watch other college football. He watches film. Are you similar? Are you watching other games? Like, do you mold your game off of a receiver in particular? How much other football are you watching, or do you watch more of your film? What's that dynamic for you?
Nah, I don't watch my film at all. If I do, it's to like remind myself of who I am. Like I'll go back and watch my high school highlights. I'm like, I'm really that boy. Like I'll go back and watch my film.
But you got to watch a little film, right? Like previous games of like routes run or coverages. There's the baseline, right?
I know other teams are like studying me and stuff, so I look at myself and like realize, okay, if I do this here, they're gonna think I'm doing this, so I'll change it up some. But as far as like watching film, I watch the opponent in front of me that I have that week, and I'll just see their tendencies. Do they back up at the line? Do they shoot hands? And I'll just anticipate that when I go in the game, so I'm mentally ready and physically ready for what I'm about to go against.
Yeah. Do you model your game after anyone? Was there a player growing up that you wanted to take facets of their game?
Yeah, Deshaun Jackson, but like honestly, like he's in the NFL, so they put him in like different positions as me. So like honestly, I'm just like my own person. Like to be honest, like Justin Jefferson, like I watch him and stuff. I take different moves from him, but like honestly, I'm like use my own sauce for real.
Yeah.
So.
Be your own guy.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Rewind a little bit to your years here at FIU, your journey. I mean, started in 2019.
Right.
I mean, you're the vet here. You're a vet now of this program. I think there's a player elsewhere in college football just petitioned for his 9th year of eligibility. I don't know if we're going to get there.
I saw that, yeah. We're not.
But you're at 19, 21, so this is year 5.
Yeah, year 5.
I think you still have an extra year of eligibility. And it's like you've been through a coaching change. You've been through a redshirt year. You've been through a year where you had, I think, 4 receptions. And to put it in perspective, you had 9 in the Maine game.
Right.
I think you had 9 all 2021, actually. So then you match that in one game itself. You had a good season last year, but you had over 50% of your yardage in that Maine game itself. Like a big jump is happening right now. But before we get to that, like take me through your mentality through 2019, the 2020 COVID season. I feel we're in an era now of college football where when those things are happening together, coaching change, lack of playing time, it's easy to hit the portal.
Right.
It's easy to say, hey, I need a change of scenery. What kept you going here over that point in time, which has helped get you to where you are now? What kept you going at FIU during that point in time?
Honestly, when I got here in 2019, I knew there was guys in front of me, Hard Time, Gator, Maloney. I knew I had to wait my turn, so I redshirted. And Coach Hill, my previous receiver coach, he knew that. He knew that he was just trying to get me ready, get me more built, and then that's when COVID season hit. And then things didn't go my way. Then things didn't go the team's way. We played 5 games. We lost all 5. So, there's a lot of ups and downs in this. And, I didn't have a good year 2020. Depression hit, a lot of ups and downs. And I was just battling through it. I actually had, moments where, okay, I don't want to be here no more. But, I thugged it out, stayed. And then 2020, my receiver coach passed away.
Yeah.
Coach Aubrey Hill, rest in peace to him. And, that took a toll on me for real. So, just staying here was really, also for him. I knew, if I stay here, things are going to play out. Positive is going to come if I keep working and keeping my head down and just keep working and just staying focused on task at hand, not trying to think in the future and, okay, what's going to happen if I don't do this? What's going to happen if I stay here? You got guys it's only 3 of us left in my class, me, Jackson, and Fetty. So, it's only us 3. All the other guys either got, cut or transferred or just didn't believe in the vision.
Right.
So, I appreciate Coach Mack coming in here and believing in us and, installing a belief into our hearts that, we can actually win here. So, it means a lot. So, my journey's been rough, but there's been a lot of good coming out of it. It taught me a lot. So, I'm just happy to be where I'm at.
When Coach Mack came here, there was that period of time we didn't know who the coach was going to be. You were waiting. Coach Mack gets here. What were those initial conversations like? You certainly had a very tight bond with the coaches here,
right.
and obviously Coach Aubrey, and he's a legend of the South Florida football community. And so smile on his face everywhere. I know you guys were very close. So new staff comes in. What were those conversations? What did you want to hear? What did you want Coach to hear from you? That went into that decision to keep going?
Honestly, when they got here, everything was up for grabs. I didn't expect anything.
Yeah.
I didn't expect the coaches to say, okay, you're going to play here, you're going to start here. I knew I had to earn it, and, battling. When they first got here spring, I sprained my ankle, so I was out for 2 weeks. I was having a great spring, and I was out for 2 weeks. Came back that spring game, I scored the only receiving touchdown, so I was real happy about that. And then camp came. I got blindsided in camp. I was out for 2 weeks with a concussion. So, I didn't really get to prove myself until, the first Bryant game when I got in the second half in the fourth quarter and scored 2 touchdowns. So, I knew that I wasn't going to, be given anything. I had to go get it. So, those first conversations were just hey, if you want to be here, you want to play, go get it. I didn't expect anything. We didn't really talk a lot. I didn't, build a connection with, Coach Mack and Coach Jay until, later in the season.
Sure.
For real, so.
One more aspect of it before we move on, because I thought it was real powerful what you said about Coach Hill and just you wanted to do it for him moving forward. What lessons did you learn from him, football-wise, life-wise, that you try to carry to what you're doing right now?
Honestly, Coach Hill, everything wasn't about football with him. A lot was about, family and, playing for something, actually playing for something. And that's what he taught me, you can't just come out here, just lackadaisical, expecting to be given everything. You got to go earn it, and nothing's going to be given to you. So that's what Coach Hill taught me.
Yeah, he was a light. He was a light around this program, no doubt.
He was real close to my family. And
yeah.
Family misses him a lot. I knew his wife and his kid, so.
Yeah, a great man to learn from as you started and apply those lessons moving forward.
Right.
You mentioned that Bryant game, and I'm sure after all the years, that was finally all right, something's good's happening. The injuries, COVID. Now we're starting to get on track. Had a really good stretch in the middle of the season too. I know towards the end of the year, things for us as a team started to fizzle a little bit. And injury bug hit us a little bit as well. But we go from 1 win in 2 years combined to 4. and we said it on the broadcast a lot, like internally, like we knew the progress that was being made. Maybe externally, 4 wins doesn't raise eyebrows nationally,
Right.
but everyone around this program, like, all right, we're starting to get on track here. We're understanding. We get the top ranked recruiting class, and now we get off to this 3-1 start this year. Let's talk that Maine game. I mean, you tie the school record for receiving yards in a game. Pretty good company, Tyrese and a guy named T.Y. Hilton. I think we've all heard of T.Y.
Yeah.
So good company there. I was telling you, I didn't realize till after the game it was 201 because the stats were late in updating. But so you tie that school record, so many huge plays. And you know, sometimes those FCS games, you just find a way to win, get through it, and then you figure things out for the next week, and boom, back-to-back wins after that. But that was a huge, I mean, you had some good games, touchdown. That was a nationally recognized game for the receiving yards. How meaningful was that particular game to you? Did you ever expect a single game performance like that?
I did, honestly. You know, my whole life, like even in high school, I put up 200-yard games. So like I knew that was something like I wanted to achieve. Like coming in, one of my individual goals was actually breaking the single game record. So like after the game, guys telling me like, "Oh, you broke the record," but like turns out I tied it, which is fine too.
Yeah.
So I'm still going for it, but it was very meaningful.
I asked if you had envisioned a game like that. I almost, I'd take that a step further. The kind of season you're having right now, like you're 5th of the country in receiving yards. And I know we have an extra game on most teams, but I mean, there was the La Tech game where, receiving and passing wasn't really a factor. So you essentially have 3 games of stats to your name. I mean, you didn't come in as like with the hype or projections that maybe Tyrese had coming into last year. Like you had a decent season. It wasn't all conference level or anything of that nature. So how do you go from, let's call it a role player, if you will, a role player in that wideout spot to, do you have the internal expectations that, hey, this is the kind of season I want to have? Does some of this surprise you, or is it after the Maine game your standard was raised for what you can accomplish? Like, take me through that.
Honestly, last year being a role player, Coach Matt tells us like star in our role, and that's exactly what I was gonna do. I knew, Reese was coming off a big season. He was expected to have another big season, so I was gonna be there, the wingman to make plays too. Honestly, and like, just I knew like the next year, okay, it was my time to shine, and I was gonna come in and like be the guy. So like, the expectations for myself was like always high, That La Tech game, it was a lot for me. That loss, I knew we could have won regardless of my stats or the receiver stats as a whole. Like, I knew we could have won, so, that took a lot on me. But coming back after that next week and, tying a record, yeah, it was a lot. I didn't expect it that game, but I was definitely something I was shooting for sure. And I know I expected myself, to have a big year this year, so.
There's some impressive plays in that game. That touchdown, that wasn't in stride. You had to make a play on that first touchdown.
Roll out.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch. You're not a South Florida. You're a South Florida guy now. We'll say you are now, but Jacksonville, right? Mandarin High School.
Yes, sir.
Jacksonville. Tell me what you like about Miami, or what you miss about Jacks. They're two different cities to me. What was growing up in Jacks like?
Jacksonville was more calm. I was always in the house. Like down here, like I'm always outside. But like honestly, like over the past 2 years, I haven't really been outside. I've really been like on my game and focused in. But when I first came down to Miami, like it was like just getting out of the house. Just having fun with my roommates, my teammates, and just enjoying college and college football. So like Miami's definitely different. I hate the traffic though. Like in Jacksonville, there's not a lot of traffic. Like, I'd be in my car, sliding, but down here you can't do that because people be driving crazy. So.
You gotta have the Waze app. You use Waze.
Yeah, I actually got that.
Yeah, that'll save you. That'll save you a lot. Who's your roommate right now?
Joe Hawker.
Okay.
Christoph Polis and AJ Mathis.
Okay.
But originally it was Nate Jefferson, Nathan White.
Yeah.
And Lexington Joseph.
Where you guys? Are you in Tamiami? Are you in Panther Hall?
Yeah, I'm in Tamiami.
That's the digs right now.
Yeah.
That's the place to be.
I couldn't stand UT again. 5th year, like nah. I was really trying to get off campus, but
right. It's good. You're right across the street there.
Right. I'm cool with being a Tamiami.
You can wake up a little later and still make it to practice on time. Don't be too late though.
No. I'm always on time. I'm always on time.
Are there 2K games going on in that suite, in that dorm?
Nah.
What's the competition in that dorm? Is there any,
Nah,
or are you
it's
guys
really,
just too tired after practice?
we
You
just
get a
be
nap in?
chilling, honestly. I'm really the only guy really playing right now. You know, K1's hurt.
Right.
Joe's out. Like, he's not really playing football anymore. And AJ's coaching, so, like,
Yeah.
I'm really the only one playing football.
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, holding up for the suite.
Yeah, for the guys. For sure.
Really excited about this weekend. Liberty, I mean, we were talking off camera, probably our toughest test to date. You know, they're 3-0 this season. You know, really nationally recognized program by what they've done the last few years. They were 8-1 with some Power 5 win. They beat Arkansas last year. You know, and they fizzled down the stretch with some close losses too.
They beat Arkansas last year?
Yeah.
What score?
I think it's 21-19. Quote me on that, but I think it was.
We got them this year too.
So we'll be in Fayetteville. But no, they've had some impressive wins. They're 3-0 to start this year. But we're also, it feels, their toughest test to date this year. What is important in your mind as you've watched film and just prepared for another week to try to keep this thing rolling here at homecoming?
Yeah, like honestly, there's another war we got to go take care of. Honestly, like we take it week by week. You know, Coach Matt taught us to, like, don't worry about the future. Don't worry about the past, the games we won, the games we lost. You know, just focus on the task at hand and beating Liberty. So that's really the goal, just beating Liberty. And, you know, like I said before, I'm preparing for this game like it's a championship because I know Liberty is like a top contender in our conference. So, you know, winning this game would mean a lot for us.
It'd be a statement win,
Right.
no doubt about it.
Right.
And you'd see that reflected in the polls or national relevance, projections, bowl projections. We joke on the broadcast. We can talk about the bowl projections.
Yeah,
we know it's taboo until you get there. No, this has been awesome. This has been great. Last thing here, if you could like encapsulate your 5 years here so far, just the experience at FIU, what it's meant, what you still. Your vision, you moving forward. It's not done yet. It doesn't. You might have another year here to keep contributing, but you can't focus on that. You got to focus on Liberty. But how do you feel you've grown? How meaningful has it been to be a part of this program the last few years, and just what do you see moving forward?
I really grew a love for FIU. You know, like I could have left. I could have left. I really did not want to leave. Like I got my dad telling me, my coach telling me, like, you can hit the portal, this and that. I'm like, Dad, I want to stay. Like, my dream is to like turn this program around. Like, shoot, if I gotta do it single-handedly, like that was my dream. Like I wanted to turn this program around. I couldn't leave here knowing like I only won like 2 games here, like not counting my freshman year because I didn't play. But just this ride's been long. Like. It's been a crazy ride here, and like all the losses and the setbacks. It's just finally, the get back has finally happened. So I'm really happy about like where we're at right now, and Scott Carr and how he's helping us and getting more fans here, and just the support we're feeling, and it's great. It's never been better.
I think back to just walking around the locker room after that final game of the season in 21 in Hattiesburg at Southern Miss, and just the sense of finality, right? And how long ago that feels. Yeah. And then think in your situation, well, you were here 2 years before that. Still, like, it has been a journey, but I'm really happy to see what's happening with it now, and how it's how your stats, your numbers, your joy has grown here, and hopefully just continues to keep rolling, and hopefully we have an awesome crowd here on Saturday. So you get the sense it's going to be a good one, and like you said, if we keep stacking W's here, who knows how this can snowball. So looking forward to this. Top 5 in the country in receiving yards, but more importantly, having a lot of fun and helping turn this around. 3-1. Appreciate the time, man. This is awesome.
No problem.
Good luck this weekend, sir.
Thank you so much.
Sir.